What's up, guys? We are now joined by two very special guests. It is Lou Sipolt of the Karl Chevrolet Dirt Truck Racing Association and former ARCA Menard Series champion Mason Mitchell, West Des Moines, Iowa native. How are you guys doing today?
Doing good.
Doing
Good.
great. Yeah, just working in the shop. What's better than that?
Yes, everyone knows Karl Auto Group is our presenting partner. So we really love what they do and want to support the things they like to support. And Lou, your series has been at the forefront of that for a few years now. Can you tell us a little bit about just what the dirt trucks are?
Yeah. A few years. Yeah. The Karl Chevrolet Dirt Truck Series. This is the 20th year of Dirt Truck Series competition under the Karl banner, which is really cool. We're really looking forward to it. We are what geometric frame based vehicles with 604 crate engines in them. Some of the best competition you're going to find anywhere in the state of Iowa. And you're going to be talking about the races that you see. It's really cool. We have 17 different races this year, 7 different tracks. We're going to be going to Marshalltown and Stewart and Boone and Harlan, Webster City, Knoxville, and Denison are all on the schedule this year, which is really cool. And we kind of talked somebody into coming and joining us full time in the series this year. We stuck Mason in the 10G truck last year for a couple of races. And as they say, we set the treble hook and we snagged them.
Yeah, Mason, what do you think of these trucks? How Lou told me they got you in a couple races last year and you were instantly hooked, and then you went home and completely tore one apart all the way down to the chassis and put it back together to make it hopefully the best truck on the circuit this year.
Yeah, so the only dirt racing I ever did besides like motocross stuff was just the ARCA stuff, and I enjoyed that for what I did there, but never did legit dirt racing. So when Lou reached out, we've known each other forever. Reached out last year to race a couple races. I was super excited to do it, and the first few laps I went out there, I had a blast, and then we were in contention for the win the last race of the year, and then we talked about doing a full year together here this year, and I just wanted to do it the best way we can do possible. And Lou provided us everything we can here to go out there and win a championship and races this year. So we completely rebuilt the whole truck. It looks beautiful. A lot of hours, still a few more things to do to it, but I'm really excited, man. It's a really nice piece.
When did you have time to do motocross? Because you were just in a MMA fight like months ago, right?
Yeah. It's another feather to the cap, baby. Well, that's what I started out on when I was like 6 years old, was motocross, and then I only did that for a few years. And we still, go out and joyride once in a while, like the sand dunes and stuff with buddies. But competitively, that's when I did it, and then was all car racing. So,
Gotcha, Lou. What's it like to have Mason just with the ARCA championship is obviously like the top one, but on top of it, Mason has done so many things in his life and his career. Like, what's it like to have a guy like that under your banner?
No, it was really cool. I was glad that he took us up on the offer. We knew he was talented. We've seen that in the past. We've witnessed this firsthand. So we knew that he would take to it, but we didn't think he'd take to it that quickly. It was amazing how he got the hang of it, but it's cool to know that somebody that is that focused. And he said that he took a truck that we provided him and he broke it down. We're not talking about taking the wheels and tires off and changing the brakes. He stripped down this Larson frame down to the bare frame. He sandblasted it and started from the ground up and rebuilt the whole thing. The thing looks phenomenal. And if it goes a half as fast as it looks, this guy's going to be in contention for the championship. And we're kind of used to championships. You can see the trophy right over here. There it is, right there. We've lucked out and done our job, and we're able to snag a couple of championships in a row with Jeff Johnson in the Extreme number 9, the MediaCom Extreme number 9. So we'll see whether or not Mason can take the 10G Extreme Proceed USA Silverado to victory lane. We're trying to figure out when it's going to happen. We're going to figure out when he's going to win his first race. There are people taking bets right now.
We'll have to throw a bigger party this time than the Chicagoland one.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day, but hopefully we can go. We go to every race to win. So hopefully it's this Friday night at Marshalltown. But we're gonna enjoy all the wins as much as we can. Like when we had the fight here a few months ago. Lou was at the event and he came over to the after party too. And it's so important to me for those special moments in my life to have as much family and friends there and to enjoy those moments and celebrate. So even in these races, when we win, we're gonna have a great time too. So we're really looking forward to it. And the time's crunching. We're gonna be ready to go for Marshalltown.
I was wondering about the fight a little bit. I want to know what kind of a, like, explain to the casual fan like how big of a fight it was, and what guys, what friends did you bring in your entourage to make sure if there was a team fight at the end of it, you came up
Yeah, I wasn't too worried about that, but no, it was for Midwest Cage Championships, a local promotion here in Iowa. They're really well known. They've been around for a long time. Changed ownership hands a few times, but Rick Tasler out of Jefferson owns it with Johnny Case, which has been on the UFC roster before. He's a very well known fighter. They do a great job with the events. I was blown away. That was my first time, obviously, ever being in a fight. I've been to a few shows, but just the atmosphere was unreal. I mean, it was at Valor Ballroom. The place was standing room only, man. Fight crowds, there's nothing like it. I mean, people are so into it. I just love that, like, electricity and the feeling you get and just walking out. I had, I think, 60 to 70 close friends and family there, all at tables and throughout the crowd. And you could definitely feel that when we walked out. But then, I mean, nothing comes close to that winning feeling. You know, it was, for me, it was like kind of basically like 7 years prior to winning our last ARCA race that I had some type of like sensation and that vibe of that night that we won the fight. And it was just special to me, and it's even more special now. I mean, not to get too sentimental, but like my grandpa was in the crowd, and he just passed away. So just, I was really glad I was able to enjoy those moments with a lot of family and friends and a lot of people that not necessarily see eye to eye all the time, but we were able to put everything aside for one night, come together, and it was important to me for everybody to just have a really good time, and that's what happens.
Absolutely. And then I heard your buddy Tyler might come down and run a couple of dirt truck races.
Yeah, we've been working hard, working a little bit on trying to get him in something. He's only really available to do the Wednesday night shows, which I think's cool as heck. Like Wednesday night racing sounds so much fun to me.
We'll be down at the Stewart one for sure. I wrote that.
But yeah, I know he's going to be able to come to a couple, you know, whether he's helping out and watching or racing. So he can't make the first one, I know, but I think the May 15th or somewhere in May, he's going to be at Stewart. So whether he's crewing on the 10G or driving another truck, we'll see.
Yeah, we have a bunch of Wednesday night races. First of all, we have the first race of the year of the Karl Chevrolet Dirt Truck Series. Will be at Marshalltown. That will be Friday. That will be the 14th of April. And then Wednesday, speaking of Wednesday, we'll be at Stewart next Wednesday. That'll be April the 19th. And back at Stewart again on May the 10th. So that's a good start there. Boone on May the 13th. On the 20th, we're going to be at Harlan. Nostalgic Dirt Series up at Sports Park Raceway. That's going to be cool. Webster City on June the 3rd. The whole schedule is a couple of different places. You can go online, dirttruckseries.com or racehardgetdirty.com. That will take you to the same place too. And you can get the whole schedule. Knoxville Raceway, by the way, will be July 15th. For those people that want to come down to Knoxville, we'll have a good time there too. So it's a really full schedule. We have 4 new folks that are coming in, 4 rookies this year to the Dirt Truck Series. We have Jared Myers, Brandon Cox, Brandon Tofty will run full-time with us this year. That's the guy that got you over at Harlan last year. And then, of course, Mason Mitchell in the 10G. So we're looking forward to that. We have some veterans that are coming back. Rick Clark, who's been with the series. Jeff Johnson, 2-time champion. Dale Enos, Sean Mapes, Sean Klinger. Sean Cooney is going to be joining us at selected events. Terry May. And Jeff Freevert is coming back into the series, too. So we have a full slate of drivers and a lot of different personalities. So this is going to be a whole lot of fun. And another new person, a new company that has come on board too. How about Quick Start? They're helping to get the drivers to selected tracks that have Quick Start locations in those various cities that have racetracks that we're going to, and they're going to help the drivers get there too. So a lot of really positive energy going forward on the Karl Chevrolet Dirt Truck Series.
When you put that schedule together, what's the big name event for your series? What's the biggest race of those 17 to you?
I think if you have to have like a Daytona type race, probably Knoxville Raceway because of the stage, because it's Knoxville, and you can put that feather in your cap. It's a pretty cool deal. Webster City is a historic, iconic track. Marshalltown's iconic. Stewart International Speedway, that's an iconic. They're all iconic, but if you had to pick one in particular, I think everybody's looking at Knoxville just for the sake to say, hey, I won at the sprint car capital of the world. And we had a chance to go out there. The dirt trucks had a chance to go out there and help when NASCAR was out there last year. We set the track. We did it the year before, but we actually raced at Knoxville before the Craftsman Truck Series last year. So that kind of whet everybody's appetite too for doing well when you go to Knoxville.
Then Mason, I got one more for you. If this works out, if you end up taking home a championship this year in this series, who are you taking your resume to run at Bristol Dirt in the Truck Series?
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, we'll see how things go. You know, just the dirt world is so unique and unorthodox compared to the pavement world in a good way. You know, pavement world is very funding based, which I have nothing against that. But the dirt world is very local oriented, and there's a lot of people that reach out that want certain people in their vehicles to race. So my goal would I would love to be able to race some more stuff this year, whether it's modifieds or anything that's an opportunity, because it's all about racing for me. It doesn't really matter at this point in my life that the certain series or the level or whatever. It gives me the same satisfaction. So we'll see how it goes. But the first goal is to win races, and then hopefully for the championship. I told Lou, the only stipulation is they give a championship belt, like a WWE belt or a UFC title belt. That's all I care about. I don't even care about the trophies. I just want the belt.
We did start giving out belts last year, but he wants the big one. So we're gonna have to get if he ends up nailing this thing, we'll end up getting him a big belt. And I just want to put that out there for whoever the champion is of the Dirt Truck Series, the Karl Chevrolet Dirt Truck Series. We're getting a big old belt this year.
So Mason Mitchell officially out of retirement as far as the racing career goes.
For sure. I mean, full time wise, I've done a few races here and there over the last couple of years, but it was just here and there. And I've been fortunate to do a lot of other cool things like MMA stuff and pursuing a lot of other passions and just certain things with careers and stuff over the last few years. But being able to be back full time racing has given me the answer that I was kind of looking for. And essentially everything else that I did besides racing was essentially just filling a void that I was missing from racing. So I'm really glad that I'm able to race full time again, because it's what I truly love to do. And I was talking to somebody today. I said, I can't wait for Friday night, because that's my zen. That's my world. It's like, I'm just, at peace, really.
Awesome. Lou, is there anything that you didn't touch on about your series that you want to throw out there?
No, the shameless plugs. We obviously we so appreciate Karl Chevrolet and everything that the Karl Auto Group has done for motorsports, not just this year and not just last year. We're talking about over the history of motorsports in Central Iowa would not be where it is today if it wasn't for Karl Moyer and Karl Chevrolet. So it's without question, want to thank Karl Chevrolet for putting on the Dirt Truck Series for 20 years. We've been doing that, folks. Karl Customs, get all your stuff at Karl Customs. Mention Quick Star. Stop at Quick Star. Milk $2.99 a gallon, by the way, till May 15th, if I'm not mistaken. So get that. Collision Solutions. I want to thank Sean and the gang over there. Iowa Diamond supplies these cool trophies that we hand out at the end of the year, and Windsor Clock and Watch. All these people are getting together to make the Karl Chevrolet Dirt Truck Series what it is in its 20th year of competition this year. And it looks like this could be the biggest and best year ever.
Awesome. Well, thanks a ton, guys, for joining us. We really appreciate it. And I think this is going to be at the end of the podcast. So everyone else, enjoy your weekend.
Yeah, and I know what he gets to do right now. He gets to go fire up the 10G truck for the first time and see how it sounds.
Oh yeah,
hopefully
there we go.
But before we go, I do want to just say thankful. I'm very thankful for Lou and the whole series. There's a lot of partners that are involved. Personally, I'm thankful for my family and friends and loved ones that supported me doing this whole thing. Proceed, Ritchie Brothers, Junk Removal, Quick Star, everybody that helps Lou's program, just make this whole thing work, and it means a lot. So we appreciate you, Connor, for reaching out and let us do this, and hopefully I can add value to Lou's race team and the whole series in general, and we can just keep growing this thing to new elements.
Yeah, MediaCom Extreme Driver right here, just so you know.
Anytime. And Mason, we always ask every driver that's on the podcast. We'll save it for a different one. We'll tease it. But since you're a fighter, we always ask every driver who'd they fight. If they got into a fight, who would they want to fight the most? Because some guys will pick someone smaller than them. Some guys will legitimately pick someone they hate. And the answer is just always it's out of left field every time. So we'll ask you that next time you're on.
All right.